YouTube's darkest videos 9. Nick Crowley. You know what I mean? I ain't watched Nick Crowley video in a little minute. I like watching these videos too, so you know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into this 33 minutes though. I'm gonna get this shit done in 15, nigga. Don't ask me how I'm gonna cut this shit in half, but watch me do it.
The following video is sponsored by Simply Safe. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Oh. Oh my god, hey nigga, bro, slow down, bro. Yo, Nick, hold on, wait. God damn, Nick, you not gonna ask us how our day was, nothing like that? Hold on, niggas got the chills. I ain't scared or nothing, but like, fuck, hold on. God damn. Now I actually got the chills though, cause now my window open though, so niggas got cold. 3 hours, it's not gonna be an hour reaction. It's not gonna be an hour. Nick not here for the bullshit. Nah, no, he got straight to it. God damn. Ask me how my day was.
On the morning of March 22nd, 2024, the Kern County Sheriff's Office was flooded with calls
the Wasco train encounter
about an incident that had taken place near the Wasco Amtrak station in Wasco, California. The incident involved a pedestrian who was reportedly walking dangerously close to an active train track before being struck by an oncoming locomotive, a situation that authorities knew was likely unsurvivable. Police arrived at the scene shortly after 8 a.m. and were met with the bloody aftermath of the accident, as they found 48-year-old Horacio Ayala Penosa deceased on the tracks, with the force of the impact being so strong that his body was torn apart and scattered all throughout the area. At first, it was believed to have been a clear-cut suicide, but after interviewing some of the witnesses, police learned that the man had never stepped in front of the train, and rather, he had actually been sucked underneath as a result of walking too closely, painting a clearer picture that this was all a tragic accident. But as police were conducting these interviews, one strange detail kept coming.
Well, I gotta go back, man.
At first, it was believed to have been a clear-cut suicide, but after interviewing some of the witnesses, police learned that the man had never stepped in front of the train, and rather, he had actually been sucked underneath as a result of walking too closely.
How the fuck does that happen to you? How does the train, how do you get sucked under a train, my nigga? You shoot schoolboy, yeah, I'm gonna shoot that nigga myself.
Painting a clearer picture that this was all a tragic accident. But as police were conducting these interviews, one strange detail kept coming up, as apparently, Horacio wasn't the only one on the tracks around the time of the incident, with there allegedly having been one other man standing nearby, a man who took off shortly after Horacio had been killed. And strangely, witnesses believe they saw the man reach down and pick something up before leaving. For the officers on the scene, finding this man became the next obvious order of business. But by this point, he had already found himself a few blocks away, where he was spotted by a group of construction workers. The group watched as the man walked towards them, appearing to hold some sort of large item in one of his hands, the same item that had been taken from the train tracks. And the closer he got, the clearer it became what exactly this thing was. It was a human leg.
Fuck did I tell y'all niggas, man? What the fuck did I tell y'all niggas, bro? Nigga had a body part in his hand. Why the fuck did he do that, bro? Serious, why did he do that? Like, I'm glad I'm right, but nigga, why am I right? Is that his leg right there? Hey, what the fuck? Like, his arm fucked up.
For some inexplicable reason, when the train had dismembered Horacio, this man had run over and picked up his leg, and he was now waving that leg on the sidewalk of a nearby road.
He just wiped it across his mouth?
He had been banging it against the fence as he walked towards them, and at one point had even struck the leg against one of their machines. Upon the realization, a wave of fear washed over the group, as they were unsure what this man had done to get this leg, or what he would do next, though that was something that even the wildest of imaginations could have never predicted.
This is on YouTube. Sale guide! Hey!
As the man looked down at the leg and began eating it, as the workers watched on in horror.
What the fuck am I watching right now?
Officers arrived on the scene immediately after this, and when they asked the man what he was doing with the leg, he explained that it belonged to him,
he tried to
and that he was taking it
shoot
to a
that
nearby
nigga.
hospital to have it reattached. But it was obvious to everyone there that this man wasn't missing any of his legs,
what the fuck?
with the officers having to go as far as to prove it.
And I'm not saying lie better, but nigga, what the fuck you mean it's your leg and you gonna put it back on later? My nigga, we see you walking right now, gang. What the fuck is you talking about, bro? Like, bro, that don't even make sense. Like, how you gonna be doing the weird shit? You even got a story together, bro.
To him by making him roll up the sleeves of his pants.
Why
and touch
even
both of his
lie?
legs. His explanation was completely nonsensical, and obviously didn't account for the fact that he was literally eating the leg just minutes before. leading to officers immediately placing him under arrest.
Bro, y'all gotta put a hole in this nigga.
His name was Rosendo Tejas, a 27-year-old man who had been experiencing homelessness and had been living on a street near the train tracks, with police determining that he did in fact have nothing to do with the actual death of Horatio. He just so happened to be near the tracks at the time, where he would first witness the accident, and then, for some unknown reason, take Horatio's leg and start eating it. It appears as though this was the result of a combination of both drugs and alcohol, as he was found carrying narcotics when he was taken into custody. He had just been captured by security cameras purchasing alcohol at a nearby liquor store just hours before the incident. But what's so interesting about this footage is just how normal Rosendo seemed.
Yeah, he chilling, he's not even like twitching or nothing.
Quite well, as he stopped in almost daily, where he was described as being polite and ordinary, including on the day of that incident. In fact, it said that at first the shop owners didn't believe that Rosendo could have possibly done this. But it seems that whatever substances he had taken that day had changed him. Rosendo Tejas was charged with 2 counts of removal of human remains and 1 count of destroying or concealing evidence, as well as resisting a police officer, and was sentenced to 1 year in prison after pleading no contest, bringing this absurd case to an end. However, his unsettling behavior will forever live on in one of YouTube's darkest videos.
So this nigga found the leg, picked it up and ate it, and got free shelter for a year. Is that the method? What the fuck do you mean is that the method? What you mean, man? What the fuck does that mean is that the method? Just eat some ass. No, bro. Like I said, bro, we're gonna finish this video in 15 minutes, bro. How much?
It was just past 10 p.m. Safely tucked away in her second-story apartment, 20-year-old Hannah Vivaretti set up her phone to record a video of herself dancing.
Bro, Nick be trying to make anything look scary, bro.
For her, this was a meditative practice, a way of unwinding after a long, stressful day, and to truly feel at peace. But that day, fate had other plans.
What the fuck is she doing? Yo, PJ.
As Hannah was dancing, something off camera caused her to stop dead in her tracks and yell, "Who are you?" It was a man whom Hannah had never seen before, standing in the doorway of her balcony, which again was on the 2nd floor.
What?
Meaning that man had climbed up, cracked open the door, and was now standing in her home staring at her, quietly muttering nonsensically with a big grin on his face.
Who are you? Who are you? Please get off.
Hannah stopped the music and again asked, "Who are you?" To which the man responded by saying,
"Please get out."
Your friend.
No, please get out. Yes.
But her demeanor and the panic in her voice made it all too clear that this was far from the case.
Who are you? Please get out of my apartment right now.
Bro,
she started to make her way over to her phone
footage.
And then towards the front door. All the while, the man kept calmly insisting that they be friends. But Hannah was having none of it.
Damn, she left the crib.
Please get out of my apartment right now.
Opening her front door and in the process,
get out. Get out.
Wow. The camera directly at the intruder, giving us our first and only glimpse of the man as he's standing still in the balcony doorway. And with her front door now open, she yelled at him to get out, loud enough for the neighbors to hear.
Right.
Get out.
Which finally caused the man to retreat. As it turns out, Hannah did actually know who this man was, at least vaguely, as he lived in the same apartment complex.
What?
But he never actually spoke to her. He would always just stare and smile, making it apparent that he had some sort of sick interest in her.
Bro, that's not the way to go about it, nigga. Why, yo, what happened to niggas knocking on doors and asking bitches out, bro? You live with the bitch. Bro, it don't make sense, bro. It don't make sense, bro. It's niggas that really got no game, bro. Don't be ashamed of yourself, bro, if you just got a little bit of low confidence, nigga, because at least you planned on doing it fucking normally. Look at this nigga. This nigga climbed up 2 fucking stories to just walk in the bitch door and say, "Am I your friend?" And then she said, "No." Nigga said, "Are you sure?" What? You couldn't bring this bitch flowers, bro. You live with her, bro. You couldn't watch her bring groceries in her house and just see what type of bread the bitch like, and you get it for her, nigga. I'm telling you, bro, do not feel no sort of way just because you don't feel confident about going up to the bitch, because there's niggas that want to do worse. On God, just have some manners, nigga. I'm telling you, the bitch might go, bro. This not the way, bro. Why do niggas gotta be so fucking weird? Cause this shit ruined it for all of us.
During the entire experience,
it ruins it for all of
us. His hoodie pocket, making her wonder if he was
might gotta try this method, bro. We got a moderator in this bitch.
Of weapon,
I
He
mean,
may
shit,
have
I
been
fuck with the
planning to use on
effort.
her.
What?
But thankfully, because of her swift reaction, we'll never truly know what he had planned that night. Days after the incident, police would arrest 36-year-old Angel Moses Rodriguez Gomez and charge him with stalking, second-degree assault, third and fourth-degree burglary, and malicious destruction of property.
Whoa. Did he spin back? What the fuck?
But surprisingly, shortly after his arrest, they allowed him to walk free on bail. And given that he lived in the same
Freedom,
apartment
niggas,
complex as
freedom, niggas.
Hannah and clearly knew where she lived, this decision was incredibly controversial, with Hannah herself stating in an interview that, "I just don't think it's fair that he's walking freely right now, and I have to watch my back at every move."
Thanks.
Thankfully, the court's decision would not lead to any further escalations in the case, and today Angel no longer lives in the country, but the footage is
Damn.
incredibly chilling nonetheless, and it sent me down a rabbit hole of home invasion videos late the other night. And here on YouTube, I came across countless unsettling examples. One such example comes from Saratov, Russia, and shows a woman moments after being awoken by the sound of knocking as she lay in bed in her apartment. It was around 4:30 a.m., which was already unusual enough, but things became downright horrifying.
Yeah, they got that
for
nigga the
her
fuck up
when
out of
she
there.
realized that the knocking wasn't coming from the door,
But this still under
it
the
was coming
same
from
title
the
though.
window.
Hey, don't open the window in front of the door. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Outside of her window was a man, banging his head against the glass over and over again.
His
And
head?
equally as disturbing, this woman's unit wasn't on the first floor.
This
She
nigga's
was 2
banging his
stories up,
head?
and she didn't have a balcony. Across the street, a neighbor filmed the incident as it happened, showing us that the man was standing on
I'm not, bro. My nigga. This not the way, bro. They filming instead of helping. Facts. Like, throw a rock at this nigga or something. Fuck up his fucking balance, bro. There's so many ways to prevent this, but this nigga, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, this, let's take a look at this nigga though, bro. Nigga, I gotta record this too, bro.
showing us that the man was standing on
But, bro, cause I'm not gonna lie, bro. There's some shit that you gotta get recorded, bro, so niggas can believe you, bro. Cause how the fuck did he even get up this? Like what is he doing, bro? And then think about it, bro. This nigga, say this nigga did some parkour shit. He went on this shit, speed ran, or he held on the shift, and then he jumped all the way over here, right? And then that's when he went over here. Think about the amount of work this nigga just put in just to go up to the door and hit his head on the glass, and not even hard enough to break that shit. He just want to make some noise, bro. He just want to make some noise, bro. Somebody took control of this nigga body or something,
his
bro.
gas pipes, while he continued to strike the window. Eventually, these hits grew so forceful that
That's
the glass
blood.
started to break, and his head began bleeding profusely,
That's
finally
blood.
leading to the man stopping, but not in the pursuit of entering the home.
Bro, man, look at him, bro. How is this video allowed on YouTube though? Like, no bullshit. How is we watching this right now? How the fuck is we watching this? That's some skill just to do some boys. That's what I'm saying. Good bro, a lot of y'all could cry. What's up, fuck nigga?
У него пена изо рта аж.
Слушай, это у дурачка пена изо рта, у него бешенство или чё?
Bro, take this nigga down, man. Y'all just see the ambulance shit.
As he instead climbed to a different window where he attempted to peel it open with his fingers.
Yeah,
But by this
bro.
point, police had already arrived on the scene, and eventually the man would be forced down and placed under arrest. When looking for an explanation as to why this man was doing this, it appears that he was under the influence of bath salts during the ordeal.
Bro, he gotta be
But
off
aside from
something.
this, I couldn't find any other information about the man's identity, or whatever became of him. But I was able to find that this clip doesn't tell the entire story, as the woman behind the camera actually spoke to a local reporter and provided additional context to the ordeal, which only made the story more terrifying.
What you mean?
At first, he knocked with his hands. Then he began to peck at me at the window with his head for an hour and a half without stopping.
Jeez.
After that, he started shouting my name to the whole yard.
What?
He was foaming at the mouth. His whole face was covered in blood, and he shouted that he wanted to talk to me, and he needed me. With the most terrifying part of the statement being that she had no idea who this man was, or how he could have even—
I literally but before I started the stream, bro, I watched the last episode of Stranger Things, Volume 1. Bro, like I literally just watched some weird shit, bro, and then I'm seeing this shit, bro. Bro, really don't know. Like, I know he off drugs and shit, bro, but when niggas get off drugs and start tweaking and do shit like this, bro, like, what is it really, bro? Like, yeah, obviously you're high, bro, but what the fuck is really talking to you and making you do some nut ass shit like this, bro? You know what I mean? They really might have been victims, bro. They already be a nutcase before the drugs. It just get amplified. Yeah, nah, no bullshit. Fuck.
The idea of both of these intruder videos featuring people whom the victims had never even spoken to makes them especially unsettling, as it shows that you really never know who's watching and who might be obsessing over you. But incidents like this can be equally as chilling when the intruder is someone that you do know. Mohammed Amana was a 26-year-old man.
What the fuck was that footage of the ladder right there?
Living in Orrefors, Sweden, and had been dating a woman named Maria. But after several run-ins with the law, Mohammed's lifestyle just became too much for her, and she eventually decided to end the relationship. This caused Mohammed to become enraged, an emotion that was only further heightened when he discovered that she was staying with a male friend of theirs.
Oh shit.
And on the 25th of May, he would show up at his doorstep and ask to speak to Maria. Inside, the male friend and Maria both refused to let him in and told him to leave, and for a moment he did, though only temporarily, as he would return minutes later, this time armed with a ladder. And noticing what he was trying to do, the homeowner began recording on his cell phone.
Okay.
She's saying this nigga in her language?
The man behind the camera asks, "What are you doing? Are you going to fight me?" To which Mohammed said no, he just wanted to speak to
Yeah,
Maria.
he just want his girl back. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Hey, if we break up, bro, and I come to you and I'm climbing up your shit with a ladder, bro, you gotta take me back. It's no other nigga doing this for you, I don't think. Maria, I don't think there's no other nigga that would do some shit like this for you. How the fuck did, like, bro, this nigga got the right measurements, my nigga. Like, he got, bro, like, do y'all see that the ladder is barely able to, like, he just got up there, bro. He got the right height of the ladder. Like, I can't explain it, bro. Like, but this shit is barely up on this wall, bro.
As he said this, his demeanor was
How the fuck he get the measurements?
as he continues making his way up the ladder.
Mohammed.
Do not take this nigga back, bro. Bro, there's nothing wrong with taking niggas back, bro. You ready to push him down?
With his demeanor being so calm that the cameraman couldn't tell if Mohammed was a threat
I don't know
or
whose side to pick.
not, though it wouldn't take long for him to get his answer.
What you mean?
Du kommer inte in I mitt hem. Därför han högg mig med en kniv. Han högg mig med en kniv.
I don't know what you wanted him to do. Look how you had him. Nigga, that's life or death. Bro, I'm with Muhammad, gang. I'm with Muhammad, bro. I'm still with my nigga Muhammad, bro. This is life or death. This is life or death right here. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he hit this nigga a little harder than he should have, for real. But this life or death right here, he was pushing this nigga off. What you mean you don't know whose side, bro? Definitely not the nigga trying to climb in somebody's apartment. He trying to get his girl back. Nigga, he broke up with him and his girl broke up. He said I don't know. Him and his girl broke up. We don't know much of the story behind that, but he had some shit going on up here. That's all I know. Who knows what could be going on? And then he break up with her, and then she starts staying with a nigga. Their male friend that they both mutually fucking know. I'm pulling up too, nigga. What the fuck? What a ladder? If I got one, I'm there. If I got a ladder, nigga, I'm going. Shit. I gotta see what the fuck going on, bro. And now they both looking at me climb up and shit, not giving me a reaching fucking helping hand. First of all, they're not helping me get up after they see me do all this fucking hard work with the ladder and climbing up and shit. They're not gonna help me up. They just both looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. And then this nigga gonna push me off the ladder. I'm stealing his ass too, just like that. I'm with my nigga Muhammad.
Mohammed struck the cameraman, causing him to retreat into his room.
Retreat, nigga. He had to hide around and fucking retreat, nigga. Muhammad, nigga.
And brandish
what's
a large
that?
kitchen knife.
Muhammad, what you doing? Muhammad, wait, hold on. I thought you wanted to talk to your girl. Muhammad, what you got going? Muhammad.
Still dazed by the attack, the man holding the camera retreated even further into the house,
Muhammad.
while Maria had already run into the bathroom and locked the door behind her.
See, nigga want to be saved, Captain Save-A-Ho. Look at the position that she put him in, though. She locked the door on this nigga. Look at the position this nigga in now. Now he gotta do some fucking Keanu Reeves, and he gotta fight a nigga with a knife. He don't know what the fuck to do. He got a phone in his hand. He should have been put that shit down.
A door that Mohammed would quickly rush over to.
I would have been like, bitch, open the door. I'm trying to hide too. This nigga got a knife.
släpp in mig på där så han kommer in. Han kommer in, Maria.
Look.
Mohammed, hugg du. Mohammed.
She didn't open the door.
Hugg mig redan.
In desperately
But it's not
trying to
funny,
open,
but like,
even trying to use his knife to turn the lock, as that lock was the only thing standing in the way of what he was there to do. What exactly that was is unknown.
Wait,
as police would manage to arrive on the scene within minutes of this footage being taken.
Wait, this is actually not funny because I think I was making a joke saying that his intention was to just get his girl back. But yeah, I just, when he seen the knife, I kind of...
They would arrest Muhammad before he was able to get to Maria. But it's clear based on the fact that he had a weapon on him and his desperate attempt to breach the house that he didn't just want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
In the end,
and I'm thinking like maybe he mad at the dude for like being with his girl after they broke up and shit. Well, it's not his girl because they broke up, but just being with the girl and shit. The scenario in my head, like, it made me mad. I put him in my own footsteps. I put myself in Muhammad's footsteps. I'm thinking he gonna come after the nigga at least, but yeah, he was trying to get in that door. You gonna try to kill the girl?
And the man filming was left with only minor cuts. Muhammad was sentenced to 2 years in prison, as well as a 10-year ban from the country of Sweden, leaving us with 3 haunting videos of 3 disturbed intruders, whose true intentions will thankfully never be known.
All this nigga...
It's the spookiest time of the year, a time when
all 3 of them stories was about niggas getting high ground.
Reaches its peak. But while fun
just doing some disturbing shit,
consuming this content often occurs long after the credits roll, when you close your eyes to go to sleep, only to feel the sickening feeling of paranoia, every creak in your home sending a jolt of panic throughout your body, making you wonder if someone or something is inside your house.
Not gonna lie, I don't think I could ever be mad enough to get a ladder and climb a bitch balcony. You ain't never been in love, bro. You don't be loving your women when you get in relationships, bro. That's all that means, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I was just like you once. Consuming creepy content is my livelihood, and as a result, I've spent countless sleepless nights.
I don't think I'll ever do no shit like that either.
Never quite feeling safe and secure.
This Nick Crowley?
Always wondering if something was lurking around me, until I realized that the reason I didn't feel secure was because I wasn't.
What you mean?
The only thing standing between me and the outside world was a simple lock, and I knew it was time for a change. With that change finally coming,
you better get a gun.
This video sponsor, SimpliSafe. SimpliSafe is a home security system that you can control right from your phone. The SimpliSafe app allows you to arm and disarm the system, as well as view your live camera feeds anytime in any place. When I'm panicking in bed, I can...
Bro, y'all niggas seen that new Five Nights at Freddy's movie? Chapter 3, video blog number 1, the story of Noah Harfam? Bro, are you watching the fucking ad? Bro.
Alright, hey folks, this is Noah, getting my blog live. Trucks and trucks and lots of trucks.
This is the very first footage that Noah Harpum would post to YouTube. After years of having a channel, Noah finally decided to give uploading a try, posting this inaugural video to a self-titled
the one that dropped in 3 days.
October 29th, 2015, titling it 10/29/15, video blog number 1, and introducing himself to the platform with a simple "Hello world" in the description.
Type shit.
No, but I did want to dissect just the beginning of a sermon given by a Pastor Bill, a guy that my dad has been following, taking ideas from.
What the fuck is this nigga talking
10
about?
years at least. He and his family, 2 kids.
In the video, Harpum paces throughout his home and discusses a priest named Pastor Bill,
okay,
who he believed was influencing his father and his family, and clearly not in a good way.
Oh, okay.
I've been ignorant of it for a long time, so I wanted to look at it, and I challenged him just to look at 15 minutes of this sermon.
Though he gives no context as to who this pastor is, only mentioning that he had been ignorant of the situation for a while, and that this video was his response after trying to expose the truth to his father.
Been waiting and waiting, and haven't heard anything. So
it's a tough task.
Just post my reply, and I guess that's how I'll start my blog.
Again, what this truth is
that nigga finna sell
as the
you,
lack of
man.
information makes this video
my Uber driver talking about he want to take an alternate route. Bye kidneys. Don't ever get no weed from the gas station. Yo, Landon, you gonna be good, my nigga. Hey, listen, bro. You gonna be alright, bro. You gonna be alright. You might not have legs, bro, but they gonna sell your legs for such a good price, my nigga. They might break you off a little bit of the goddamn. You feel me?
The blog gives us a peek behind the curtain of the man shown in this video. A man who seems to be clearly mentally unwell, paranoid,
5-year foreign in Maryland, nigga. Why are you telling me
with
that?
the post making it clear that the purpose of Noah's content was to bring this pastor down, and video blog number 1 was supposed to be just the start. However, there would never be a video blog number 2, as just 2 days after posting this video, Noah's life would take a drastic turn.
He still got it though, right?
Colorado Springs 911, what's the exact location of your emergency?
It's at,
Repeat that one more time for me and make sure I have it correct.
well, it's across the street from me. I'm calling from my address.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Noah?
Well, there was a guy walking around with like 2 cans of gasoline or something.
Noah?
2 small cans, and a big, like a rifle. It was black, and it had a strap around it. He's walking up to doors and stuff.
No, what the fuck is you on, man?
At
Hey,
8:35
nigga, I'm not talking about you,
the
bro.
following morning, a
Hey.
woman named Naomi Bettis called 911 after witnessing
Talking
a
about the real
suspicious
Noah.
man walking around her neighborhood in Colorado Springs, as she watched him carrying several cans of gas, as well as an AR-15
This
that was hung
Noah?
over his shoulder. She didn't know it at the time, but this man was her neighbor, Noah Harpen.
And then I seen that he walked into the building, and the glass window at that business is broke.
And that's a business? What's the name of the business?
I have no idea, but I just know it's, I don't know if it's a fake gun, a BB gun, but it looks pretty scary.
As the call progresses, Naomi explains that she had watched him enter a nearby business, where one of the windows appeared to have been broken. She wasn't sure if anything illegal had happened at this point, but she was convinced that Noah was up to something sinister, which based on what he had in his possession, seemed to be the only logical conclusion.
Yeah.
However, this concern wasn't felt by everyone.
Okay. And you said it looked like a long gun, correct? Like a rifle?
Yes,
What you mean not by
Well, it's an
everybody?
open carry state, so he can have a weapon with him or walking around with it. But of course, having those gas cans, it does seem pretty suspicious. So we're going to keep the call going for that.
Okay, and the window's broken to that business downstairs, so.
Right. And you said he's now upstairs, correct?
Yes.
And are you or anyone else in immediate danger?
No.
Okay.
As the operator seemingly brushed aside the incident, stating that she was only keeping the call going because the gas cans could be suspicious. However, even with that, the report still wasn't taken seriously, as the
You don't think
dispatcher
so?
hung up on her shortly after,
No.
before dispatching one single officer to the scene, an officer that never even made it there, as just moments later he was called off and sent to
What?
what was deemed to be a more pressing scene at the local senior center. Naomi's concerns were complete.
To be honest though, in an open carry state or whatever, they probably get calls and shit like this all the time. Not justifying none of that shit, nigga. Hell no. I'm not justifying it, but they probably get calls like this all the time. And they heard that the lady was older, so they probably thought it was just like a Karen, on some Karen shit. But still, my nigga, like, you should still pull up and at least see what the fuck going on, shit. If y'all goddamn open, if y'all are open carry state, bro, I'm sure y'all got like hella troopers then, right? That's ready to go to war. And open carry states, nigga, all my goddamn police officers better be Russian, nigga. I don't give a fuck. God damn, they gotta be niggas that's
Despite
willing
this,
to
she
die
continued to watch out the
today.
window, waiting to see what Noah would do next. 4 minutes after her call with police ended, and 10 minutes after first reporting Noah's behavior, Naomi would dial 911 once again. Only this
As she
time,
should.
her demeanor was far different.
Oh yeah, she on the ass now.
I just called a few minutes ago, and the guy came back out, and he fired a gun at somebody, and he's laying on the street dead.
No, what the fuck?
Oh my God. You sent an ambulance too.
Naomi's worst fears had come true, as she frantically told dispatch that the man carrying the gun had just shot and killed someone outside of her home.
Oh my God.
Okay, calm down, okay? Stay with me. I'm just putting that into the call.
See?
Is anyone in immediate danger?
No, that I can see or no.
In response, the
That's
operator
ass,
bizarrely
bro.
asks if anyone else is in danger, but Naomi, likely in a state of
That's
shock,
bad
answers
policing,
no,
bro. That's
before
bad
immediately
policing.
realizing that Noah was heading in the direction of Platt Avenue, which was known to be a busier neighborhood.
Maybe on Platt Avenue there might be people in danger.
Naomi, I need the suspect's description. Do you know his name?
No, I don't.
Okay, is he white, black, Hispanic,
He's
Asian?
white, and he's got long curly hair coming out of his cap.
She desperately tried to relay that more people were likely in harm's way,
Yeah.
only to be immediately proven right just
What you
seconds
mean?
later.
I think, yeah, there's people outside that might be in danger up on Platt.
Okay.
Oh, I just heard another gunfight.
God damn.
Oh my God.
When she hears more gunshots, prompting the operator to once again ask,
Yeah, they need to call an ambulance or something right away.
Okay. Is anyone in immediate danger?
Only people up on Platt, maybe.
All right, I am sending the paramedics to help you now. Stay on the line, and I'll tell you exactly what to do next, okay?
Okay.
It was only then that the operator would tell Naomi that police and medical personnel were finally being dispatched to the scene, but by this point, it was far too late. In the moments after Naomi had made her first 911 call, Noah Harpham would first attempt to light his house on fire using the 2 cans of gasoline. This, however, failed and caused him to quickly shift his focus. Noah instead stepped outside and brandished his rifle, immediately pointing it directly at Andrew Mayers, who had been riding his bike in the neighborhood. And after seeing the gun, the man stopped and begged him not to shoot, to which Noah responded by pulling the trigger multiple times, killing him instantly.
Wow.
With Andrew Myers being the man—
Fuck that nigga Noah, bro. No, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Noah, with your little vlog, I was fucking with your vlog, gang. Sound like you had like a good mission, you know what I'm saying, to get your dad out of to whatever the fuck he was into. But what the fuck happened, bro? What the fuck happened? I think I'm gonna keep my fucking mouth shut about this one.
From
man.
there, Noah began walking up the street where he would eventually see 2 women sitting
Before
on
them
the
niggas come
porch of a
after me
sobriety
next.
center, where local women went to get help with their drug and alcohol addictions. And upon noticing them, he immediately started shooting, striking and killing both Christina Galella and Jennifer Vasquez.
Damn, rest in peace.
Noah walked for over
Rest
a
in peace,
mile
Andrew,
after this
too.
before the police finally caught up with him. And when they called out for him to stop walking, Noah turned and immediately opened fire, leading to a massive shootout. When the smoke cleared, the only one struck had been Noah, who was lying dead on the pavement, marking the end of his killing spree. The investigation that followed revealed that Noah had never even met any of the 3 people he killed that day. They were all total strangers, leaving the question, why had he done it? Well, even today, there's still no clear motive, with this appearing to be a completely random and senseless act.
He tried to fight against the cult, bro. You know, they got something to do with it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Very angry and seemed to be mentally unwell, which was corroborated by testimony from his parents, as they later claimed that he had anger issues and suffered from drug addiction and bipolar disorder. But what's so unusual about this to me was that this video was published just 2 days before the killings, and it was clearly not meant to be a one-off post. It was something that he seemed genuinely excited to continue.
That's all, bro. I'm like, based off the way that he was talking, bro, he clearly was not on none of that bullshit. Shit happens, bro. We knew what the fuck he was against, bro. And I'm pretty sure when they came to talking to them, the people that was in that whatever, they probably just looked at that nigga as a threat and somebody who knew too damn much. So I don't know what the fuck happened after that to get that nigga to turn to what the fuck he turned into, but I don't think he turned into what he turned into by himself. That one was dark. Nah, that shit was actually crazy. Rest in peace to those innocent people. The what? The Argar ropeway incident? This is skiing trip?
It wasn't an attraction for the faint of heart.
Oh, fuck no.
Standing over 1,300 feet above the ground, the Deogar ropeway was built to take tourists up and down the Trikut mountain in Jharkhand, India. It was the tallest cableway in the entire country.
Y'all niggas ain't got no goddamn. Y'all got no elevators?
And the picturesque landscape around it.
Well,
because of this,
I guess it's technically that.
Since been posted on YouTube showing just how dramatic of a ride this truly is.
There's got to be a
One
better
such
design
video
for
being
that shit,
recorded
man.
on April 10th, 2022. That day, a woman and her family had been filming their adventure to the Trikut mountain, and were now filming a first-person view of the descent back down.
Type shit. What's that noise?
It wasn't the kind of place for anyone with a fear of heights, and the loud sounds of the car passing the support towers only added to the anxiety of the trip.
Oh yeah, nah, no
But the group
bullshit.
filming this all remained relatively calm, quietly conversing to themselves, seemingly unfazed by the spectacular height.
Gotta talk about something shit, especially after hearing that.
Even enjoying it. A feeling that wouldn't last.
What you mean? How come it ain't last, Birdie?
Without any warning, the car was met with a massive force, sending the occupants and the camera to the floor, causing the footage to go dark.
Now wait a minute.
In that moment, one of the ropeway's axles had dislodged, causing a failure on the pulley system, which
That's
resulted in
fucking
two
crazy.
cars crashing into each other, and the rest coming to a sudden and violent halt. The impact was brutal, but somewhat surprisingly, the footage continued. Showing just enough to reveal that the ropeway and the cabin these people were in were both still intact, before the recording came to an end.
I was ready to see though, how this shit get posted?
But the nightmare was far from over. News of the collision quickly spread throughout the region, leading to the scene being flooded with rescuers and news crews alike, with everyone trying to figure out what exactly was happening, and the initial prognosis was grim. In the impact, one man in a separate car had been killed, and many others were left injured.
That shit, I seen shit landed on
the broken
rocks.
axle, the ropeway was now no longer operational, meaning that the 70+ people spread throughout the various cars were now stuck.
Oh
Some of
shit.
whom were still suspended over 1,000 feet in the air.
Oh shit.
It was going to be an incredibly difficult rescue operation, just given the height of the ropeway alone.
It's not
And
that
ultimately,
helicopters.
it was determined that the Indian Air Force would utilize their special top-of-the-line helicopters to fly over the cars and lower down ropes with harnesses attached to them for survivors, who then would strap themselves in and be hoisted up to the helicopter above using an electronic winch.
Type shit.
It took hours for them to even make their first attempt, before finally trying their approach on a middle-aged
Cable cars colliding. Jarkins?
man who
The
slid on his
deer
rescue
guard?
strap and was then slowly pulled up towards safety.
Who the fuck is Jarkin? What's up, Kai? I don't know.
The footage of this is horrifying. These people were already over 1,000 feet in the air when their cars got stuck, and now they were being lifted even higher, tethered only by a single rope and a safety harness.
Bruh.
Worst of all, it was a particularly windy day, which was made worse by the swirling of the helicopter blades, a combination that caused the man to start swinging wildly from side to side as he hung onto the rope for dear life.
What if they drop?
It was a grueling journey up.
That nigga doing so
Finally,
much
the
swinging
man
for my
reached the
liking.
aircraft,
Shit.
and with safety just a few feet away, he instinctively reached his arms above his head in an attempt to grab onto the helicopter, a decision that would have disastrous effects. As he did so, his harness slid upwards and was pulled over his shoulders, and then over his arms,
Type
before
shit.
eventually landing in his hands,
Type shit.
meaning the only thing left holding him up was his own grip, as he clung to the now useless harness.
Hey, this nigga better
fully
not
making
fall,
Dangler
bro.
just inches away from rescue. Meanwhile, the rescue crew searched the craft for something they could use to safely hoist him in, but before they got the chance,
You can't pull him up.
the man slipped out of his harness, momentarily catching himself on the side of the helicopter itself. But by this point, his strength was gone.
GG's.
Seconds later, his grip would fail for good,
GG's.
causing him to plummet approximately 2,000 feet to the ground below, killing him instantly.
Damn.
For those waiting to be rescued, the sight was especially horrific, as they watched the man who they thought had made it to safety fall to the ground right in front of them. The fear they must have felt knowing that soon it would be their turn.
That's what I'm
is
saying.
Unimaginable.
Bro, imagine, bro. You stuck thousands of feet in the air, bro, and you finally see niggas starting to get saved. And then the first person they try to get saved, it fucking dies. What the fuck do you even think, bro? Like, you got no hope, bro, niggas. You stuck, and if you try to get saved, that shit not even guaranteed. Had it have been a better way to do that shit, bro, I don't know. I was thinking a fucking helicopter myself. I said helicopter before the bitch came up, I think. Tried to. My voice cracked, but I tried to.
After this, the rescue crews began making tweaks to their operation,
What the
which
fuck?
started to lead to a few attempts going off without a hitch. But the entire process was incredibly slow, as a full 24 hours would pass before 60-year-old Shubha Devi would finally get her chance to be removed from the car. And as she started her ascent up to the helicopter, the wind also caused her to start swinging wildly.
Oh, shit.
So wildly, in fact, that the winch used to lift her suddenly stopped working, leaving her hanging there, only moving side to side rather than up towards safety. As she hung there, rescuers on the helicopter frantically tried to figure out what the problem with the winch was. But before they could ever get an answer, the rope suddenly snapped. causing her to free fall to the ground below. It came without any sort of warning, and from what I can find online, there isn't a definitive answer as to how this happened. But either way, it resulted in Shuba's tragic death.
But rest in peace,
It took a
Shuba,
total
bro.
of 48 hours for the last of the survivors to be rescued and finally brought to safety, an unimaginable amount of time in an unimaginable position, with survivors having to watch two people fall to their deaths before them, unsure if they too were going to meet the same fate. Since its release, the footage has sparked some debate online, as the media actually hailed this as an impressive and even successful rescue operation for the Indian Air Force, while others have hit back on this, as both incidents seem to have been entirely preventable, with more people dying from the rescue than the accident itself. Though ultimately there were no repercussions for the rescue crew, with the only punishments being dished out to the operating company DRIL, which was accused of not properly maintaining the ropeway and not following proper safety protocols. It was even alleged that when the initial crash happened,
it say
the
3 people
operating
died.
the ropeway at the time actually
What a
fled the
third
scene
person?
and never even called authorities. But I'm not sure if this was ever actually proven. DRIL was fined over $1 million and has since been blacklisted from operating ropeways for 5 years,
Damn.
while the families of the deceased were given around $33,000 in compensation.
That's not gonna cut it, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. It's video evidence of my people fucking falling 1,000 feet in the air. You gonna give me $33,000, nigga? Into consideration that is India and 33. Oh, okay. This India, that's like 7 trillion out there. Oh yeah, you're right.
Currently, there are plans to repair and reopen the ropeway, though at this point, no official date has been given for the reopening.
You think the spot haunted, the rope place? I don't know. Nah, they wasn't maintaining that, cleaning the goddamn the ropes and shit, the tower, using WD-40 on the yeah, nah, they not doing none of that, bro. No spraying, no wiping, none of that shit, bro. They up, and then that's what happens. People lose their damn lives. I couldn't imagine being stuck in that shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Out of all of these scenarios, so like out of all the stories I'm in, bro, I do think that this one with this nigga Noah is like kind of crazy, pretty dark, cause like it's really less of like an answer to what the fuck happened, cause he just snapped in like 2 days, in the span of like 2 days. So this one was like pretty fucking crazy. He went ballistic. I ain't gonna lie. Like I probably heard a story about him. Then he posted videos 2015. Yeah, nah, I probably heard about this nigga in 2015. We probably all had seen this nigga on the news and just forgot. I ain't gonna lie. And this might be the darkest one though. I ain't gonna hold you. That Watcher shit, bro. Every single all these stories about a nigga climbing up 2 stories, bro, and just like to bother a fucking woman. Like this one's weird too, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want to fight every nigga on this. But that was a good video though. I fuck with that. That was a good video. Great video. Shout out my nigga Nick Crowley, man. He get me right every time. He wore me down every time. Pause. I just meant like he posts like good videos and shit.